Trainware is one of the most realistic railway games on Roblox, and here's why, in my opinion, it is worth the 99 Robux. So first of all, let's start with the trains. As you can see, the trains are beautifully modelled. They are very smooth, the lighting actually reflects, and yeah, so when you start the game, what you want to do is raise the pantograph, and this actually plays an animation of the pantograph raising, which not many simulators have. Next, you want to turn the train on, which actually flows power to these things, and also these little boards right here. This is quite realistic as well, and you also don't see this in many other Roblox simulators. This game also has an air conditioning feature, which obviously doesn't do much, but you can actually hear a fan speeding up when you turn it on and off, and also there is a sound that is played inside. Next, the doors. The doors are super realistic. Here we go. As you can see there, or you can also hear that there are door opening sounds as well as motor sounds for the doors, which is also really realistic. Another thing that you can do is turn on the headlights, which also in many simulators you cannot do. The front of the train looks really realistic, as well as this coupler thing. That's really realistic, and yeah. I'm pretty sure this is based on one on Netherlands trains. I'm not quite sure though. And yeah, so in my opinion, the trains are amazing. You can also go in a cab view, which opens up this view where you can see everything. These dials don't work, which is quite upsetting. Hopefully they will work in the future. But yeah, you've also got the emergency stop button, you've got the power handle, and yeah, you've also got this microphone. Maybe in the future you will be able to click stuff here and also control the train from here. And maybe if you use buttons on your keyboard to control the train, maybe this will move as well. But for now, this isn't functional. Another thing that I like about this simulator is when you close the doors, this light actually flashes, and there is a door closing animation as well as door motor sounds. Many simulators have this, but in this sim the door sounds are really realistic, as well as the motor sounds and this little flashing light up here. You can also hear the acceleration of the train, which is really realistic, and not many simulators have this level of realism in them. Another thing that is really cool in my opinion are these screens. So as you can see, this is not the video being weird, it is actually sort of pixelated, giving it the impression that this is an actual screen on the train. Furthermore, there is an interactive map which you can activate by hitting M, and as you can see, if you hover over yourself, you can see any passengers that you have. And yeah, you also have a warning sort of sound if you are speeding, which also not many other Roblox train sims have. So here we go. When you slow down, there are many settings for acceleration and also braking and cruising, and there is also a neutral setting which cuts off all the power and your train will naturally slow down. Over here you can also see how many passengers you have, and yeah, in this game the windscreen wipers work, as you can see, as well as all of these camera angles. So the game provides a free cam which you can use by pressing your arrow keys, which is also quite cool. Also, these trains do not have collisions, which means that if someone does decide to crash into you, nothing will happen. Another thing that is super cool is that these trains can actually derail, giving the game a really realistic touch. One of my favourite things about this game are these wires. So as you can see, this, I'm not sure what this is actually called, but this holder, that's what we'll call it for now, these things, these weights, they are super realistic. As you can see, you can tell someone has worked really hard to make them look this good. And yeah, Another thing that is really cool is that if you go into the passenger camera, then you can see all of these display boards which actually function and show the train's live speed, the outside temperature, and the inside temperature, which currently doesn't actually work. There are some more buttons such as cab lights, but as you can see they don't actually work right now. You could also get passenger lights, but they don't work either. And yeah, now let's talk about the scenery. The scenery is very limited and not that good in my opinion, but this is understandable as this is only a demo version, and also this is just to show off what will be coming in the future. But there are also some bees that fly around the flowers, which also makes the game really cool and realistic. And yeah, the stations are not detailed at all. They are just a random block of concrete in the middle of nowhere. But for now that is sufficient, because again this game is only in early alpha and isn't really intended to be a proper sim yet. So I've kind of overrun at this station, but that doesn't really matter. So if you open the doors, as you can see, if you overrun, these doors will still open, which isn't very safe. As you can see, this guy's just got off the train in the middle of the tracks. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Maybe that will be fixed in the future. Another thing that I like are these little wires and the connection points, couple areas. I don't know what these things are called. But yeah, in between two carriages, these things actually articulate and stretch, and it looks really cool when you're on a turn. When you're closing the doors, all you have to do is press D or on the switch that you opened the doors with, and they will close. Also, these things are really cool, these little signs. They add a really realistic feel to the game. Another thing that you have to watch out about is that you can indeed open the wrong doors, which isn't very safe, and I'm pretty sure you can't do that in real life, but in this game clearly you can, which, yeah. Actually, really quickly, if we go here, there is also a function that you can press explore and just spawn anywhere, and you will spawn on foot. This is really cool for exploring stations. As you can see, for some reason it makes you like a huge tall Arthro character, but that's fine. And you can also go on the tracks, which isn't very safe, but the game lets you, which is quite nice actually if you want to go and explore. And if you look closely here, there we go, right here, there is a bee flying around. It's just disappeared. Yep, there we go. And another thing that I forgot to comment about are passengers. The passengers do kind of float around and it's kind of strange, but yeah, I guess that will be fixed in the future. But apart from that, they look really realistic. However, there are some twins, which makes the game look quite strange if you're looking in detail. Apart from that, I would like to thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.